Want to make your website look completely different on mobile? In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use CSS Media Queries to create this responsive effect. Let's get started. Now add the main H1 heading and set the text to responsive design with Media Queries. Below that, create a paragraph with the class intro. This explains what users should expect when they resize the browser or view the page on a phone. It tells them that the cards will change from a row into a stacked column, while the heading also becomes smaller. Finally, add a button with the class btn and set its text to Click Me. This gives us a simple button that we can style with CSS. First, we're setting up the basic styles for the page. The box sizing property makes sizing more predictable across all elements. Next, we set a clean system font, use a white smoke background, and give the text a dark gray color. We remove the default body margin, add 40 pixels of vertical and 20 pixels of horizontal padding, and finally center all the text on the page. Now we're making the page responsive for smaller screens. This media query applies when the screen width is 768 pixels or less. We change the background to midnight blue and reduce the padding to 20 pixels vertically and 15 pixels horizontally, giving the mobile layout more space. Next, we're styling the main heading. On larger screens, the heading uses a 2.5 rem font size, with 10 pixels of space below and a midnight blue color. Then, inside the media query, we make it smaller at 1.7 rem and change the color to gold. This ensures the heading stays clear and responsive on smaller screens. Now let's style the introduction paragraph. We set the font size to 1.1 rem, making the text slightly larger and easier to read. The maximum width is limited to 600 pixels, while the margin centers the paragraph and adds 30 pixels of space below it. We also use dark slate gray for the text. Then, on screens up to 768 pixels, we change the color to light blue, making the introduction stand out better against the mobile background. Next, we're styling the button. We give it a royal blue background with white text and remove the default border. The padding adds 12 pixels vertically and 28 pixels horizontally, while the 1 rem font size keeps the text readable. We also add a 6-pixel border radius for slightly rounded corners and change the cursor to a pointer to show that the button is clickable. Finally, we add 40 pixels of space below it. When the user hovers over the button, the background changes from royal blue to midnight blue, creating a clear, interactive effect. Now, let's make the button responsive for smaller screens. Inside the media query, we change the button background to gold and the text color to midnight blue, creating better contrast on the mobile background. We also reduce the bottom margin from 40 pixels to 25 pixels. Finally, when the user hovers over the button on smaller screens, its background changes to white for a simple interactive effect. Here's the final responsive result. The entire page adapts smoothly, with updated colors, spacing, heading, text, and button styles. And that's how you can use CSS Media Queries to make your entire page responsive on smaller screens. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more quick CSS tutorials. Thanks for watching.